I think I must congratulate you, ma'am, for a very, very beautifully well curated program. And people talked about communication, resuscitation, everything. So I am going to be talking about transportation. So I think it's a what should I say? We've taken a 10-year leap, or maybe more than that. I don't think many of us would be actually aware of a 5G plan for transporting referrals. So the background is, we don't want delays. The referral delays have been already addressed. So what I'm going to stress on is, while this transportation is taking place, we don't waste that time. So time and again, early pickup, identifying these high-risk conditions, and putting these patients in the right way to be transported is one aspect of it. Even the transportation, which may take anything from maybe just 15 minutes to 1 hour, we have to be clever at not losing that time. So what is it that we have today? We have 4G and 3G. 3G is basic phone, we are talking on the phone. 4G, to some extent, the communication is faster. But the basic challenge with the 4G is that when you have too many users, the connectivity and the bandwidth falls, and therefore the connectivity is not very fast at all. So people talk about today the smart healthcare, which is remote monitoring, telemedicine, telesurgery, and mobile medical assistance. 5G comes in that direction. So it has got evolved speed for latency, support, and for simultaneously collecting a lot of devices as well as the data storage, offers real-time monitoring and seamless coordination, and there is immediate access any place or time to patients' personalized data. And this integration of digital health and emergency obstetric care is the key to the SDG 3.1. Key components: good connectivity, integrates the district and the tertiary care hospitals, digital referral registry and patient tracking, and a standardized triage protocols and trained obstetric transport units. If there is a video, if I'm able to run the video, I'll show you how brisk and beautiful it looks if it really works. So what are these 5G equipped vans? So these are mobile medical units which are 5G enabled with communication and medical tools, and they are AI enabled with telemedicine console, portable ultrasound and emergency kits. It allows live transmission of not only the communication and the real-time data, and including the fetal heart as well as the ultrasound images, and it also helps in real-time consultation and tertiary centers with the tertiary centers when they are transporting. Do you have a laser pointer or something, please? So this is typically what the van looks like. So what does it have? Basically, if you look at this, it looks almost like an ICU on the move. So it is as good as that with the real-time data and the AI-enabled glasses. If you see this previous slide, so this is AR glasses, means this is AI-enabled glasses. So this further improves the visibility and the utilization of the AI in the management of the patient. So here it is almost like a mobile ICU. It's the 5G van. So the primary center identifies the cases, then the 5G van is dispatched. During the course of transit, all this is taking place. One is stabilizing the patient. It's a two-way communication between the transporting team and the tertiary care hospital, and they are assisting them to basically stabilize the patient, alarming the healthcare workers in the ambulance, and also to help them pick up the vital signs which are suggestive of worsening or betterment of the condition. Hemodynamic events are passed on real time. There is also the tele ICU till the patient reaches, and the last is on arrival readiness ensures seamless handover. Such an important thing. So we were talking about communication and the transport referral services, everything in one go. So what more can you ask for? So the advantages is timely intervention, there is support in the rural areas, and there is improved feto-maternal outcomes by this coordination. So do we have anything that's happening in our country? The answer is yes. Is it there functional? No, it's still in the pilot project scheme. So here you have AIIMS and IIT Delhi which are doing this piloting. So 5G ambulances are, they have been basically for remote fetal monitoring. There is also the Vodafone Idea and Apollo Hospital project, which is 5G telemedicine linked for emergencies, and this is to the best of my knowledge not for obstetrics, but it is there for emergencies. So WHO supports the mHealth and teleobstetric integration for LMICs, and early data, including the LMICs, indicates that there is a slow decision to arrival time by up to 30 to 40%, which is for us extremely important. Many of our maternal deaths are preventable. And I would also say that we can take inspiration from the Green Corridor organ transport, the India experience. So here, once there is a roadside accident, a young person whose organs can be harvested, so immediately there is a trigger, there is a telephone call, every part of the machinery gets activated, the administrators, the police, everybody, a green corridor is provided, and the ambulance is also specifically enabled to carry on to take this organ to the right place. So, and including South, I think, has really done well in this area. Within half an hour it goes from the donor to the recipient. So I think these are standing examples in our country, and we can draw learning lessons from there. So the lessons learned from such activities are, it demonstrates good interagency collaboration. It is not only the fact that these patients they get addressed fast, there is a good interagency collaboration and protocolized logistics, and this can be also serving as a model for obstetric emergency corridors. So this checklist has been already referred to time and again, so because of the time constraint I will not talk about it. So with all good things that I have just highlighted, what could be the why are we even considering this option at all? What is it that is the problem as of today? So the challenge is network limitations. So whether it is 4G or 5G, if you don't get a good connectivity, there is no point. We keep talking about good things, great things, luxuries and all that, but it may not work if you don't have this. So this is where the interagency collaboration is extremely important. Cost barriers, there is a huge cost here, but one can now consider PPP model, the public-private models, as well as the corporate social responsibility funding. Skill gaps, it is very important to train obviously the emergency medical technicians as well as the obstetric nurses, and data security is of paramount importance. So this is a systematic review which was published, which also supports our thought that is going to be the future. It should be considered as the future even for our country, and they found that constant and immediate attention with the intelligence system really brought down the morbidity and the mortality to the tune of even up to 52% as per the systematic review in 5G networks. So this is the Apollo Hospitals one. If this runs, it will be very nice to see the. So anyway, this was basically to demonstrate how the patient gets transported. This was an example in Andhra, where they were transporting a patient with a 5G connected ambulance, and it is, I think, visible. We could have a look at the YouTube also. It is there. So it's a fantastic presentation, and extremely, I would say, inspiring. Even I get today inspired to have this kind of a thing for, at least for Delhi. So with that, I would conclude to say that 5G should be what we should consider as of today, and this is to bridge the second delay in obstetrics. Integrated into referral networks, they enhance the real-time decision making and outcomes, and these are scalable, evidence-based approaches can make maternal transport safer in our country. So thank you so much for your patient hearing.